ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to Foundational Black America's #1 edutainer, Petty Murphy, here live, reporting to you from the back of the classroom at Foundational Black America's #1 source for edutainment, Akata News Network. So today we will be checking in with our man in the field, our own cosmic cerebral Jedi, Nap Skywalker, on part 2 of his expose of the David and Goliath story, me against NYU. And with that said, we're going to get over to him right away with some of that breaking news. What's cracking? So you already know what it is. This is actually part 2 of the David and Goliath expose. So you already know. It ain't nothing new under the sun. Same routine, right? So I will say though, before we get started and drop down on it, I did edit the clips as much as possible to whittle it down and try to get it as short as possible, but still give you the context of what's going on so that I could spin the block and we could talk about it. But I want you to pay attention to how the queen of the viper pits reason and excuses always change, because, you know, it went from patient complaints to breaking the dress code, but there's nothing in the dress code. You know what? I'll be right back.
So, as I said before, this is totally not disciplinary in any way. So basically what happened was, through patient experience, we got notification that a patient had made a complaint about an article of clothing that you're wearing, the kefir. Patient said she feels it's a political statement and feels very uncomfortable. So when this happens...
That's fine, that's personal though, because it's nothing political about it.
It may not be from your perspective, but it can be through other people, because it does signify a pro-Palestinian.
No, Palestine has a specific keffiyeh that is all white with black background undertone with a specific design. This is not a Palestinian keffiyeh. In fact, I can show you a Palestinian keffiyeh.
I'm just repeating.
No, I understand, but
yeah,
what I'm saying is that...
So they're just... The bottom line is, they're asking that that you stick to the dress code, which is basically, you know, the pants and the polo.
Okay.
As per NYU. As the, you know, the policy states that nobody should wear anything that could be interpreted as being political or in any way...
Anything can be.
Inappropriate.
Literally anything can be, to an individual, can be determined as political. I can look at a piece of cotton and call it political. I mean, I'm right?
Well, I can say that about a piece of cotton.
Well, no, but, you wouldn't, but as an African American, I could, right? I mean, my descendants were slaves. They had to pick cotton. So, no, that's what I'm saying. If someone can say that they're offended by an article of clothing, it's a very dangerous slope we're on. That's all.
Okay, I've heard people say, but you do understand they can say because it's a part of protocol, we have to follow that because of the...
Go ahead. Have I broken the dress code?
I'm going to have a conversation with the delegate. I'm going to ask you to...
But I'm asking you a question, though. I understand.
Yes, it's not part of the dress code.
Show me where it's not part of the dress code,
That's
please.
not the updated
So then
version, and
grab...
you're
So, okay, so then just show me the updated version.
I'm not having this conversation.
Well, then show me the updated version in writing, Jenny, and I'll gladly take it off.
The delegate was here.
Is that out of line? I'm asking for it in writing. As a union member, that's my right. I know the contract. I was a delegate for years. You don't. This is why you keep making mistakes. You want it off? Show it to me in writing in the current dress code, please. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking you.
It's not part of the uniform, money.
Okay, so then please, if it's in the dress code and I'm wrong, all I'm asking is, just like the last time when you told me I was wrong, I still never got an answer to that email. No one showed me a policy where I broke any policy, because you can't. Now, you want the scarf off? By all means, I'll do it. I don't have a problem, because I've done anything and everything y'all have always asked me to do, but you're going to stop harassing me, especially you. So, you want the scarf off? Please provide it. So, nowhere in here does it say no. So then, we need to get it done. And we're during the meeting time, so there shouldn't be anyone in here. That's fine, but I don't trust her. I'll be honest with you. If you want to talk, we can talk separately, but I'm not talking to her alone.
But this is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and if you know what's been going on, because you know I've been documenting everything, so you all can act like and say what you want, but I've got it all.
I'm going to ask you to go home. I'm going to ask you to go home.
For what?
And we'll contact you to have a meeting with the delegate.
Go home for what?
We've been asking you to follow the directive. I'm not having this conversation. I'm going to ask you to go home.
But you can't show me anything in writing. The directive is your personal bias and your personal opinion, Jennifer.
It's not failure to follow the directive.
A directive based on what, Fiona? You can't show it to me in writing.
It's a managerial directive.
But if you're telling me that I'm
Please remove
breaking...
the scarf because
okay,
it's not
but wait
part
a
of the
minute.
uniform and you're refusing to follow it.
We are allowed to wear jackets and scarves in this place, are we not?
It's not part of the uniform.
Woo, boy. Not part of the uniform. Your shoes ain't part of the uniform either, but you wear them.
So, did anyone put in writing what I'm being sent home for?
No, we have not. I can talk to HR about doing that.
So, what exactly am I being sent home for?
We're not following a directive.
A directive
So
that
we're
is...
going to have a conversation.
No, wait, I just want to say something though. Because I want you to understand and hear what you're saying. There's nothing in the dress code says we can't wear scarves. I'm going to let Anthony know that you're sending me home. And I'll be in contact. Have a good day. So when should I expect a phone call? All right, cool. You guys send him the invite?
Kevin's there.
I'm here. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm ready then.
Oh, okay. So this meeting is part of the ongoing investigation. As a result, Hamadi is not following a directive given by Jenny Gallinaro on July 5th, where you were in violation of the dress policy. So we're giving you the opportunity to speak in your perspective.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine. So it was during the meeting, and she came up to me and she said what she said. So I asked her. I said, "Well, can you show me in the dress code? Because we have all been told that we can wear light scarves. I mean, we wear scarves or light sweaters. Because like Maggie wears her pink sweater all the time. So I have my scarf around my waist for my personal reasons that no one's asked me about. So when she said that, I said, if I'm out of dress code, then just show me in the employer handbook, and I have no problem. I will take it off. I said that to her more than once. I had a copy of the dress code in my hand even because I knew that was coming. So she said no. So I walked away. Then that's when they came back and they told me that I needed to go home. So I said, okay, I went home. Hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Did I not explain what happened?
Did I get disconnected?
Well, no, because we're still connected.
Hello?
Yes? Mute.
Hamadi?
Yes. I'm here.
Oh yeah, I was just reiterating the fact that you as well as the entire team was sent NYU dress policy.
Nowhere in that dress policy does it say that we cannot wear scarves or light sweaters. You all have allowed us to do so the whole time we've been there. There are people right now, and we spoke about this the last meeting we had. Every day, and there's someone on the rehab attendant team for the last 6 months that's been wearing a black Nike shirt to work. That's not dress code. We have therapists that wear sweatpants in there every day. That is not dress code. No one asked me why I was even wearing my scarf. And when you tried to say it was for a Palestinian issue, which I proved to you it was not, no one still asked me why I was wearing it. It's a part of my spiritual beliefs. That's why I had the scarf on, but no one ever bothered to ask me, Debbie. And I've been saying this for I don't know how long. I don't know what it is. I know you're upset because of what's happened. Just like when we had the meeting with Beth Cooper. And the first time that I had a meeting with Beth Cooper, my delegate that's on the phone now, which is Kevin, was there. He watched it. She listened to the audio. So why she sat in the room the other day and act like she didn't know what was going on, it's beyond me. But the way things are happening, this is why I started doing what I was doing. And this is why I made sure that the law protected me. So you can say I was insubordinate, but I did record what happened on Friday. And I've already sent it to my lawyer. And the fact that I asked her multiple times just to show me where I was not in dress code and that I would happily take it off, left the ball in her court, to which she refused to do. So if you're telling me I'm wrong, then I have you know this, I have never, ever done anything or been insubordinate to anything any of you ever asked me to do. Even though, John, you know, Kenny's told you how many times outright he's not going to do something. He said it to Eugene, he said it to Lori, and he says it to the therapist all the time. But we don't hear any conversation about that. And I have those things recorded as well. Just like the meeting where he said to you, where you all act like it didn't happen. I have all those things recorded. I was not being insubordinate. All I asked was to show me in writing, and then I would gladly take it off. Did I not, Jenny? Laura was there and Fiona was there. And if you like, I have the audio visual.
I can't hear the person in the background. I sound muffled.
Yeah, we can't hear you guys. No.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Cannot?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, cannot. Now I can hear you.
To relay his perspective on what occurred. So we've taken notes on everything that Hamadi has said, and this will all go into as part of that investigation. When it's
quick question.
I have a question too, because I asked Jenny before I left.
Quick question.
Go ahead, Kevin. I'm sorry.
How long has Mr. Hamadi been wearing this scar?
Over 2 months now.
Is this the first day? Over 2 months? And in the 2 months prior, has Jenny or anyone asked you to remove it in those 2 months?
Nope. Not until last Friday.
Hold on, Hamadi. Let us speak.
All right.
I want to hear what she has to say.
This actually came about in response to a patient complaint that went up to the patient experience and then came back to us.
In which the patient...
What was the nature of the patient's complaint? Hamadi, let her answer.
Yeah, I hear you.
What was in reference to the complaint, what was the complaint?
Felt that that it was a political statement, a pro-Palestinian statement by Hamadi wearing the kefieh around his waist.
Okay, now, quick question. I'm just asking because I'm just getting more clarity on it. How doesn't what I'm asking is, the patient making the complaint, how does he or she know if he's Palestinian? And that's just a culture thing with women. Nothing that he is not.
I don't know if the patient knows that he's Palestinian. It's just the patient stated that it was a pro-Palestinian statement, which made the patient very uncomfortable. She felt this was supposed to be a place for healing, and she felt, as I said, very uncomfortable with someone wearing something that was considered political. Again, this is the patient's perspective,
right,
which went up to patient experience.
Can I say one thing, though? Can I ask one question? I want to say one thing, please. One, you guys never asked me, one, why I was wearing it, if it was political or not, or if it was spiritual. Two, I've shown to you what the Palestinian keffiyeh is. What I was wearing was not that. And if you were ever actually paying attention, and anyone on the staff can tell you for how long I've been wearing those, I had them in multiple colors, and none of them are in the traditional Palestinian color or the print, because as I sent the email, the Palestinian keffiyeh has a specific print. I can show you the print on mine. They're resolved from my altar to my orisha, and to wear around me as a garment of protection because of the things that I'm going through. It's considered spiritual warfare and our religious practices and beliefs. That's why I'm wearing it. But no one asked me that. And if she was really offended, if she thought it was, she would know what a Palestinian keffiyeh actually is to be offended by it, would she not? And if we have to always be under the foot of your judgment when it comes to how patients are offended. A patient came in there, was offended by me and David's presence, and Jenny and John sent us home because we were black. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you, but you people are seeming to be tone deaf for what's going on. You can't do that. And you did it. And you act like you didn't. And you're trying to make it seem like I'm the problem, and I'm not. But I'm not going to continue to tolerate this. It's not fair and it's not right, Debbie, and all of you know it.
Again, we had to go back to the dress code, and the dress code for the rehab attendants, you have a uniform. It's the approved color polo with the NYU logo and approved color pants.
So, Debbie, are you saying that your staff and your management team has never told us that we could wear scarves?
That's the dress code. That's the uniform.
But, Debbie, are you saying that your staff has never told us that we can wear scarves or sweaters? Yes or no? Because you know the staff is going to, if we ask the staff, you know they're going to back that up because they do it too. Maggie does it every day, so remember that now. We have to prove what we're saying. I can prove what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying to you all along. I'm not bluffing. The conversation you and I had about Hiroshi, I had that too. I got it all. As well as my conversation with him. And the staff.
Hold on. Let's stay on track. So, you restated the policy of the dress code. So does that policy clearly state no religious scarves or yarmulkes or anything of that sort that represents any person's religion or creed at all? Hello?
Well, I mean, obviously for religious purposes, if somebody has to wear something on their head, you know, the hospital does not consider that in violation.
Okay. So, pretty much he was out of dress code, but it was in reference to what the patient explained as a complaint. Now, have y'all seen him wear this? Because he said he's been wearing it for 2 months. No one never said anything to him about this until the complaint arrived?
No.
Have any of your staff seen him wear this in the 2 months that he said he was wearing it before the complaint arrived?
It's staff. Can't speak for the staff.
I'm on the...
Has management seen him? Has management seen you wear this?
Kevin, everybody see me wear it. I'm at work 7.5 hours a day. No, he asked me, has the staff seen me wear it? To which I said, yes, I'm at work 7.5 hours a day. Unless you can't see me, there's no way you can't see it.
Yeah. Right. This, again, I just want to come back. This meeting is just to get somebody's perspective, like an interview, just to get his. This is really not meant to go through each of the points.
Okay.
That's all being investigated.
Got you.
I have a question. This is the second time I've been sent home like this on a suspension. Last time I came out of my time, I asked Jenny before I left on Monday when she told me to leave why I wasn't notified in writing. Because see, if it's coming out of my time or I don't have vacation, then I can technically go apply for emergency unemployment as well as services that could be provided to me and my family in my time of not making any economic return for the energy that I give out, basically. I'm still waiting for that in writing so that I can give that to who I need to give it to.
Related to HR?
But I asked her a week ago, Debbie. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole week now and nothing. No one asked HR from when I asked Debbie and John on Monday.
Yeah, Marty, but this meeting's not about that. So
No, I understand that, but I'm trying to give them an optics of what's going on. You know what? You're right. My fault.
Yeah, they just only here to investigate. Ask the question that they need to ask you so they can complete the investigation. Anything else that needs to be said on management side? Any other questions?
Anything else?
That's pretty much it. So I guess we'll reconvene when the investigation is done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just reach out.
Meeting. I'm one of the other program managers. You have John Salvatore, who you met, and Debbie Newman, and Hamadi in the room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm here.
So thank you. All right. So Hamadi, thanks for joining us. The investigation has concluded, and the institution has decided to issue you a final written warning and 5 days suspension, time already served, due to the insubordination. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to read through this, and then we can sign at the end.
How exactly is this insubordination if I asked more than once to show me where I was out of dress code?
So the purpose is for you to read through this, the purpose of the meeting, and then if you have any questions or any grievances, you can go through that process as outlined through your contract.
All right. You do realize that this right here is a violation of my rights. Okay. Just want to make sure before this is final. Okay, cool. All right.
So, quick question: the reason for being insubordinate is for what act did he commit for being insubordinate?
So in here it outlines he was told about not wearing a scarf because it's not in the dress code. He has a uniform, and then violation of the photography policy.
You do realize that state law trumps
we had the last
corporation protocol.
I asked management, did they ever say anything to him about wearing the scarf and how long? And I asked him how long he's been wearing it for 2 months. And I asked management, did they see him? Did they say anything to him? And management said no. What sparked this situation was due to someone being offended by the scarf that he's wearing and pretty much had an accusation and thought wrongly of the scarf being representative of another group that's at odds. And that wasn't the case.
So Kevin, you can, Hamadi, if he chooses, can certainly grieve this through the grievance process, but we're not going to get into that right now. That's not the purpose of this meeting.
No, I understand that, but I have to get more clarity on the reason why you're doing that. What is the reason, so I know what to file against? So I have to ask that.
Right. I mean, if Hamadi, I'm assuming you're going to be able to
I
read
don't have
this.
the document in front of me, so
Right,
that's why I'm asking.
Hamadi, are you going to share this with Kevin?
I mean, I can, but as a supervisor, that's
Well,
your
we can send it.
We'll send it to Kevin because he needs to sign it.
Right. So we'll send it, and then you can read it, Kevin.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
No problem.
Okay. Are you going to?
No, I'm not going to sign
You're
it.
not going to sign it.
No, ma'am.
So we'll sign. So Hamadi's refusing to sign. Kevin will send it over to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No problem.
I just have a question. I think you're wearing the scarf now.
Yes.
So we've already asked you to remove it because it's not part of your uniform. So we're going to ask you to remove it again.
I did state it was for spiritual reasons. You know what? I put it on under my shirt. Is that fine?
Just can't be showing.
So this is, if my tank top, if I had a shirt, undershirt on, that's showing. So if it's under my shirt, that's a problem, is what you're telling me now.
I'm not saying anything like that.
Well, I want to make sure I walk out of this room with clarity. Because in the past I was told, you know, as you said before, use your own discretion. But people like to move the goalposts.
The scarf is not part of your uniform, so it cannot be visible.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'll just bring that back to HR.
Okay.
For final review.
Okay.
All right, Kevin, so we'll send this over to you.
Okay.
All right. So it is what it is. You've seen it. Now we're going to talk about it, right? So we'll start off one by saying that for those, if you know, mutua. And that's literally what I was using them as. They've been blessed and I keep them with me when need be for whatever reasons. So as it's been stated, I had already been wearing it and it was no issues until a patient complained, right? Now, the first time I sat down with them and through email, I actually sent them what a Palestinian keffiyeh looks like. So if anyone knows, the Palestinian keffiyeh has an actual chain link fence, olive branches, and it's set up in a way because they all mean something. What I have is absolutely none of that. Just a simple print. And it's not even the color because the Palestinian keffiyeh is white with black accents. So, you've got Legba. You know what I'm saying? You've got Shango. And you got Yamaya. So, I'd be just trying to be ready to go at all times. But for whatever reason, that wasn't a good enough excuse for them because it didn't matter what I said or what I did. And what I was going to say before I rolled the clips, as you can see, I've been documenting. And the reason that I said the things I said is because everybody in there is walking around with fucking scarves on, sweaters that are completely out of dress code. And I wasn't even out of dress code. And then when I said to her, by all means, I have no problem. I will follow the rules. Just show me where I'm wrong and I will gladly take it off. To which she refused and told me to go home. But again, I'm always being insubordinate because they don't know the contract. They make up the rules as they go and they think that all of us are supposed to just bend and buckle to their will and they can do whatever they want and we're just not supposed to have it. And this is why I say the things that I say to people. Understand how much power that you actually hold. Understand what protections are provided to you under the law so that these things are not supposed to be happening at work. And when they do, you have to take the proper steps and walk the walk to fix said issues. And that's what I did. Did I lose my job for it? Yeah, I did. But I tell you what, when I get done spinning this block, they're going to wish they had got some act right from the jump and this wouldn't be an issue. Because everybody from Beth Cooper to Jose LaBraca to old Jennifer DEI Jenny to the head of the Triune herself, old Deborah Newman and old Johnny Boy Salvatore to even Fiona Moore, I documented everything. Because you left me no choice. And what's crazy is that I allowed them at one point to gaslight me to make me think that maybe I was actually the one going crazy. It wasn't until I actually had to take some time off of work for a reason that I was able to see once I was out of it what was going on. And then when I started actually recording the conversations they were having with me, I was like, yo, these people is really fucking out of pocket. And they think I'm stupid. But the further we go along in this, the more we progress, the more you'll be able to see. Throughout this, you'll hear the voice of two separate individuals that I had used through the course of this time over the last 6 years as delegates. One being Tanya Mills, who at one point I had to replace, and you'll actually see why. I won't get too much into that then, but you will see why. At which point is when my brother Kevin Richardson stepped on the scene, and he basically went rogue because 1199 has refused to assist me at any point during this, and I documented that portion as well as following state board charges against them for not representing me as a union due paying member, which under federal law they must do. So, because of Evelyn Campos Santos and her not wanting to do her job and just tethering and tethering away, I had to get active. But yeah, this is again part 2 of the David and Goliath expose. And the further we get into this, the more in depth I'm going to go, and the more I'm going to be chopping up receipts. Like I said, I have all the files in their full form because I was literally recording from the day I walked in the job at 9 o'clock until I walked out at 5. Now, there were some days where I may have missed here and there, but for the most part, I would say about 70% of the time. Yeah. Yeah. I was the all-seeing eye. I was the pyramidion. And I implore everyone, if you find yourself in these type of situations, find out under the law what you're actually allowed to and not to do to protect yourself. Because if you don't, if I didn't do what I did, the way that they were creating the narratives that I was hyper aggressive and I was violent and I was a tyrant, at one point they were even trying to create a narrative that I was harassing the female employees in a sexual manner. And some of this shit was coming out of the mouths of certain union employees. Isn't that right, Miss Goodwin? I ain't forgot. And I got everything on tape. So trust me, just like I spent the block on them, I'm going to spin the block on y'all. And I'm going to show everybody this is how you do it. This is the blueprint. This is the step-by-step instruction booklet. So if you should ever run into this type of situation, this is how you run the gamut. Don't let these people walk and stomp all over top of you. You take back your power and you make them make you whole, because there are rules and regulations and levels to this shit. And I don't care who you are. All of us have to answer to somebody. And be somebody. But yeah, I'm gonna get on up out of here on that note. And by all means, if any of this resonates, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Whether you agree or not, good, bad, or indifferent, all opinions are welcome. And if any of your people's going through this, or if you know any information that I may need, or that you may want spread to the world, send it to your mans. Just make sure you got your receipts, and I'll do everything I can in my power to assist, because there's always power in numbers, and transparency forces accountability. So y'all keep your eyes to the stars, and keep that head on a swivel, and remember, it's a dirty game these demons is playing. But when you learn how to keep their asses in check, they might not like it, but they damn sure gonna motherfucking have to respect it. Pardon my French. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. Realize. Y'all be safe out there, man. And it's a dirty game. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you and welcome back after part 2 of that David and Goliath expose from our own Nap Skywalker out in the field. All I can say is it seems like that young man is out there cooking with hot fish grease, because clearly he's taken the time to learn what he needed to learn as far as what laws he could and could not get away with, and understanding that there is a very, very big difference from corporate policy and policies and procedures to federal, state, and local laws. And just know that every step on the rung you get higher, the more precedent those get. So your employer may tell you that you're not allowed to record at work. But if you're fortunate like that young man there, and you live in a what they call one-party state, well then those laws were created to protect you from instances just like Miss Newman, NYU's own 2023 or 24 Manager of the Year, being what she is best, a viper in a pit. And on that note, we'll be signing out. And everyone, once again, thank you all for tuning in to One Akata Nation News Hour here at Akata News Network, your number one source for edutainment with foundational Black America's number one edutainer, your man about town, Petty Murphy, reporting to you live from the back of the classroom here at Akata News Network. Good day, everyone. Stay black and stay proud.